What if I told you that a simple act of kindness could change an entire life? Seems unlikely, right? But that's exactly what happened to Tom Wilson, a 73-year-old homeless veteran. Lost on the streets of San Francisco, he never imagined he would cross paths with Elon Musk on an ordinary day, and that this encounter would change everything. Get ready for a story that defies all odds, packed with lessons about resilience, integrity, and the power of second chances. Want to know what happened the day after this unexpected meeting? I guarantee the ending will move you deeply and make you reflect on how small actions can shape someone's destiny. Tom Wilson was the kind of person the world seemed to have forgotten. With each step on the cold streets of San Francisco, his hunched figure and tired gaze told a story few stopped to hear. At 73 years old, he was a veteran who had seen it all, but now faced his cruelest battle, the daily struggle to survive. His shelter? A precarious combination of cardboard boxes and torn tarps. His only possessions? An old backpack and a heart still marked by the loss of his wife. Tom's days were an exhausting cycle of aimless wandering, searching for food and places to rest. Sometimes he would stare at the horizon, reminiscing about better times when he had a home, a job, and a partner who gave meaning to his life. But all that had been taken away by medical bills he couldn't pay. That pain, though invisible, weighed as much as the burden of memories he carried. Despite the harshness of life, Tom had a rare quality, the ability to care, even when no one seemed to care for him. In moments when he encountered other homeless people, he would share the little he had. It was as if helping others was the last piece of dignity he could offer. Yet, deep down, he knew the world was not kind to men like him. That particular morning, the cold felt sharper than ever, and the city seemed even more indifferent. Tom trudged along busy streets, avoiding hurried glances and carrying his own heavy burdens. Then, at a bustling intersection, he noticed something unusual. A luxury car with its hood open and a familiar-looking man gesturing in frustration. Tom hesitated. Why should he care? But something in his stubborn heart pushed him forward. Unbeknownst to him, Tom was about to encounter the moment that would change everything. He approached slowly, watching the man, who, with an exasperated expression, struggled with the problem. Who would have thought that such an unexpected meeting could spark a story no one would believe? Tom approached the car hesitantly, but with the calm demeanor of someone who had seen it all in life. The man standing next to the vehicle seemed lost, inspecting the engine with hurried movements. It was none other than Elon Musk, though Tom didn't immediately recognize him. To him, it was just another driver in need. With a steady voice and a firm gaze, Tom asked, "Need some help there, friend?" The man turned, surprised, facing the elderly figure who seemed like someone out of a different world, with worn-out clothes and eyes marked by experience. Musk, initially skeptical, replied, "I think there's something wrong with the engine, but I'm not exactly a mechanic." Tom gave a faint smile, with the quiet confidence of someone who had overcome challenges far greater than a broken engine. "Let me take a look," he said, setting his old backpack down on the ground. With calloused hands and a focused eye, he began examining the engine. The scene was almost surreal, the tech mogul being helped by a homeless veteran, two worlds colliding in that moment. As Tom worked, Musk couldn't hide his curiosity. "You seem to know what you're doing," he commented, attempting to make conversation. Tom merely nodded, focused on the task. "I was a mechanic for many years," he finally replied, without elaborating. With each movement, Musk noticed the precision and care Tom applied to the task. For a few minutes, time seemed to stand still, and the noisy city around them faded into the background. After a short while, Tom stood up, wiping his hands on his worn-out pants. "Try it now," he said. Musk got into the car, turned the key, and the engine roared back to life. The relief and gratitude on the billionaire's face were unmistakable. He got out of the car and, extending his hand, offered Tom a generous sum of money. But, to Musk's surprise, the veteran refused. "I don't do this for money," he said, with a calmness that left Musk momentarily speechless. Musk insisted, but Tom stood firm. "Life has taught me many lessons, and one of them is that helping someone is the greatest reward," he said, before picking up his backpack and starting to walk away. But Musk, intrigued, wasn't ready to let the encounter end there. He called out to Tom again, his tone suggesting that this meeting had more to offer. As Tom adjusted his backpack and prepared to continue on his way, Elon Musk called out to him again, insisting on a conversation. "Wait, what you did here was incredible," Musk said, with a spark of curiosity in his eyes. Tom turned back reluctantly, but something in Musk's tone made him stop. How did you learn to do that? Musk continued. Tom shrugged, with the simplicity of someone unaccustomed to receiving compliments. It's what I used to do, when things were different, he replied, with a hint of melancholy in his voice. The silence that followed was loaded with meaning. Musk realized he was standing before someone who possessed raw talent, forged through life's hardships. He asked, "Are you unemployed right now?" It was a tough question to answer, but Tom, with his characteristic honesty, said, "Something like that. Let's just say the world hasn't been kind to me lately." The billionaire saw a rare opportunity to give back, but knew he had to tread carefully. Tom, on the other hand, remained skeptical. Life had taught him to be wary of unexpected kindness. Still, Musk persisted. "You have a talent many people would do anything to have. Have you ever thought about using it for something bigger?" Tom gave a faint smile, but his eyes carried the weight of years of disappointments. "It's not always about what you can do. Sometimes it's about who's willing to give you a chance," he said plainly. That moment marked a turning point. Elon Musk, always quick to spot potential, saw something beyond the surface. He invited Tom to accompany him to a temporary office he had in the city, promising to discuss possibilities further. Tom, though hesitant, felt this offer was different from anything he'd received before. Something in Musk's demeanor seemed genuine, almost as if he saw a reflection of himself in the veteran. With the car engine running and the future ahead filled with uncertainty, Tom cast one last glance at the streets that had been his home for so long. He wasn't sure what he was getting into, but one thing was clear. His life was about to take an unexpected turn. Reaching the temporary office was a surreal experience for Tom. He was used to the chaos of the streets, but the sleek, high-tech environment Musk inhabited felt like another world entirely. As they entered, Elon asked his team to prepare coffee and ensure Tom was comfortable. The veteran glanced around, intrigued but unimpressed by the luxury. "So what's the big idea here?" he asked, cutting straight to the point. Musk smiled. "I want to offer you something that could change your life." Tom raised an eyebrow, skeptical. Life-changing opportunities, in his experience, always came with losses, not gains. Musk, however, began explaining. "I saw what you did today. It's not just talent, it's character. I want to offer you a job at Tesla. Something where you can use your skills, but more importantly, something that gives you stability." Tom stayed silent, weighing the offer. A job, housing, benefits, it all sounded too good to be true. What Musk saw in Tom was more than a skilled mechanic. He saw a man of integrity who had remained true to his values despite life's hardships. "This isn't charity," Musk continued. "You deserve this as much as anyone here. You just need a chance." Tom's heart wavered. It was hard to believe, but for the first time in years, he felt a glimmer of hope. Tom finally agreed, but not without conditions. "If this is just temporary, tell me now. I've lost enough to know when something won't last." Musk smiled knowingly, as if he had anticipated the response. "No, Tom. This is real. And it's only the beginning." That same day, Musk arranged a place for Tom to stay, providing everything he needed to start over. For the first time in years, Tom slept in a real bed, under a secure roof. That night, as he stared at the ceiling of his new room, Tom felt something he hadn't experienced in a long time: gratitude. He didn't know what the future held, but he resolved to make it count. In the distance, the lights of San Francisco shone, but within him, an even brighter light was beginning to glow. The first few days at Tesla were challenging but transformative for Tom. Each step he took inside the factory reminded him of the responsibility and the rare opportunity he had been given. Musk introduced him as a special consultant, someone whose hands-on experience would play a key role in optimizing processes. Curious and occasionally skeptical looks from the team were inevitable, but Tom was unfazed. He threw himself into the work, determined to prove that he still had much to offer. As days turned into weeks, Tom began to shine. His practical ideas and unique approach to mechanical challenges impressed everyone around him. True to his word, Musk not only gave Tom a chance, but also started expanding the impact of his decision. Inspired by the veteran's story, he launched a new program at Tesla, an initiative aimed at hiring veterans and providing opportunities for older adults with untapped potential. Tom, now an integral part of this transformation, became something of an ambassador for the program. He insisted on being part of the initial interviews, sharing his story to inspire new candidates. His journey, once marked by loss and struggle, now carried a deeper purpose. Every person he helped bring into the program was a testament to the resilience that had carried him through years of hardship. But Tom's impact extended beyond the workplace. He began visiting homeless shelters, sharing his journey, and offering hope to those who had none. His message resonated deeply, lighting a spark in places where hope was scarce. He knew not everyone would have the same luck as he did, but if he could plant a seed of courage, it was enough to make a difference. The cycle of kindness that started with a simple car repair now stretched to impact countless lives. And Tom, once a forgotten man on the streets, became a living symbol of how small acts of generosity can lead to extraordinary change. His story wasn't just an inspiration, it was a reminder that sometimes, all someone needs is a chance. Tom Wilson's story is more than just an inspiring tale. It's a powerful reminder that even in the darkest moments, a single act of kindness can ignite a light that changes lives. From a homeless veteran to a respected consultant, his journey teaches us that opportunities can arise in the most unexpected ways, and that true strength lies in never giving up, even when the world seems to have given up on you. And what about you? Have you ever thought about the impact your actions could have on someone else's life? Perhaps a word, a gesture, or even a simple, "I believe in you," could be enough to transform someone's destiny. Share in the comments how this story touched you and what you would have done in Tom's place. If this story moved you as much as it moved us to tell, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss more stories like this. These are the stories that warm our hearts and remind us of what truly matters: humanity.